Welcome to this episode of Old Guy's Garage. What is up, guys? Today we are going to reveal our 2020 SEMA show build, which is a 1967 SS Pro Touring 496 Chevelle. It's a ground up restoration, frame up. Every nut and bolt is brand new on this car, and we're excited to show it to you. So let's get started.
We have a rendering on the wall here that my brother did. We're going to try and make this build look as close to that as possible. Hopefully those are Forge Line wheels on there. Hopefully we get a sponsorship from Forge Line. That'd be fantastic. But that's pretty much what we're shooting for, and hopefully we get that done by November 2020. That's our goal. And here's a little sneak peek of the car. It's under the cover right now. This is Old Guy's Garage. We're going to shoot that wall white pretty soon just so we can see the black car up against it a little easier. Right now it's on jack stands all the way around so we can get underneath it and work underneath it. Today we're going to try and fit some spacers to get the right offset on a 11-inch wheel. 20-inch by 11-inch wide ends up being about 12-inch tire under that wheel well to see which is cut all the way to the frame. So we may have to do a little bit of modification, a little bit of fabrication, but that's what we're going to try and do today. But first we got to get all these cars out of here. Another 67, beautiful car, El Camino, and then there's our 72 big block C10. Let's get those out of here, and we'll open up our spacers that came in yesterday. Alright, we're going to get a cold start on this big block. They definitely run cold, so it'll take a minute to get it out of here. Alright, let's get that 67 El Camino backed up. That one's cold-blooded. Let's open up the box that came in yesterday. Box of spacers for 1-inch spacers to get the wheels to fit right, to get the offset right. And we got the cars backed out, so they're just sitting out there catching some sun. And let's get this thing opened up and take a look and see what we got. There we go, yeah. Alright, these should be 1-inch. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's right, I'm going to need to get some lugs today. I have to run to the auto parts store and get some lugs to hold those on. I don't have enough on the car. Right now we just got rollers on the car. just to move it around. All right, so there we go. I want to see if we can get those on there today and see if we can get these wheels and tires set up. So here's the spacers, and then right here is the set of wheels. Those are Posi wheels. The offset's off by 1 inch, and we're hoping that spacer right there gives us the right fitment to get that big monstrous tire. Can't really tell right there, but when we get it out, it's like the one on the right here. That's how wide it is. And that ends up being a little over a foot, maybe 13, 14 inches. It'd be cool. Let's get a tape measure out and see what it ends up being. All right, we got the tape. Let's take a look. Hold that with my left hand. Yeah, it's not quite as big as I thought. It looks bigger than it is. It's about 11 inches of tire. 11.5 inches of tire. So there it is. Let's get the cover off and get to work. So far, car's painted, frame off restoration, all bolted on. Got part of the interior built. I did it steering column, tilt wheel in there, Lecaro steering wheel. It's all blacked out right now, no emblems. I'm gonna try and keep it like that all the way. Right now we got this painted white so that the lights are really bright once they're on. Inside there on both sides. It's got a really cool look in the back, all blacked out. I'm gonna try not to put any chrome back there other than the SS emblem on the back. Car needs to be color sanded. Did color sand this section right here. You can see how smooth it is. It's like glass. And it feels like glass too. It's beautiful. That's the only area we color sanded so far. Kind of wait until it's a little further along to color sand the whole rest of it. Got some 67 seats in there. Those are TMI covered. We're probably not going to go with those. We're going to do some newer TMI seats to match with the back, and just to get it mocked up. This car was originally an automatic, and we made it a 5-speed. So we got a clutch in there and stick. And then here's the big monster. The 496 600+ horsepower 454, and we wanted to go with a 496 just because it's a bigger version of a 396, which was the Super Sport originally. So we got CPP brakes, accumulator right there, the Hydromax brake system, which gives us 2000 psi instead of 1000 psi with CPP master cylinder, and a CPP proportioning valve down there that lets us control the pressure from the rear brakes to the front or back and forth. We got vintage AC over there. It's not plumbed yet. The power steering pump actually pressurizes the brake system because we don't have enough vacuum from that beast, which is going to give us 2000 psi to the brakes. We got all CPP suspension all the way, and CPP disc brakes. Got 13-inch rotors, dual piston calipers in there, and let me see if you can see inside here. Got upper control arms are all CPP. Got a CPP steering box that's aftermarket, close ratio, so it's ready to go. And back here is what we're going to be working on. We're going to get a different wheel on here, bigger tire, take up more of that wheel well, and see if we can get a big tire to fit under that wheel. All right, stay tuned. All right, guys, we're going to get a jack, get it underneath the car here, and get that wheel off. And I just realized I got to get some lugs from the auto parts store, so we'll go get that done, come back and put that Posi wheel on there. All right. Okay guys, I want to show you what we got going on under here. So obviously you can see we got disc brakes, vented, drilled, and slotted, and CPP double piston calipers, CPP trailing arms, sway bar, coilovers, and then there's a 4-link rear end down there, 12-bolt Posi, 373 gears. Don't have the drive shaft in. That'll be coming pretty soon. We'll show you how to do the measurement on that, and then we're going to order it. Let's get those spacers on here and see if we can get the that rear wheel in here, so you can see the frame where the cutout's been of the wheel well, so that we have room for that tire. And we may have a little bit of problem right here, or maybe over here in this corner here. Well, hopefully we can get some clearance, and we can set the car down with the big tire under there. All right, let's take a look. We've arrived at the Riley's Auto Parts store. I don't know why I say it like that, because it ain't quite right, but it's kind of fun to say. Get a little pan up there. Alright, so that's the size we need. 7/16 by 20. Where are the lugs? Here we are. See 7/16 by 20. Yeah, so we're cruising down a street. Used to live on when we were young Guyz garage. When my brother and I, he had a 70 Rally Sport Camaro, I had a 68 427 Roadster Corvette. Coming up on this house right here. This is just a little nostalgia from our brothers. There's the young guy garage right there. That's kind of where it all began. One of the houses anyway. Just thought I'd give you a little bit of trivia. Peace. Hey guys, we're in another old Guyz garage. One of the crew from our station and show. We're at Nick's garage, and he's going to give us a little tour. There's this beautiful C10. And let me flip the camera around, and he's going to give us a little tour on his wall over there, a little wall of fame. Nick, how you doing today?
All right, how you guys?
We're good. Give us a little tour on your wall here.
Well, here's some of my older stuff. This is my 1949 Chevrolet convertible. That's me at about 15 and a half years old. This happens to be in Frankfort, Kentucky. We went on a trip. Here's my 1956 Pontiac. And some guys here fucking around. I hit Bobby Guido here, he's laying down. This is Nicky Zinni, this is Josh Roberto.
Nice.
That's me.
Back in the day.
Yeah, 1956.
Wow.
This would be 1957. I'm driving my 1955 T-Bird. Had the hardtop, but no porthole. Drove that a while. Here's my 1959 Chevrolet C10 Corvette. That's me working construction. The car's all filthy dirty. This is the same car after it was stolen down in Fort Bliss. Hi guys. And the FBI got it back. And this is what it came back looking at.
They got stolen on base?
Off the base, so that was a federal offense. So,
Whoops.
yeah, the FBI finally found it down in Mexico.
Oh,
I
no.
was under house arrest for a couple of days
Why?
because it was the FBI took over, and I was also a suspect.
Of your own car?
I don't know how the FBI worked, but that's what it was.
Huh.
Well, they probably knew that my buddy was the armorer, and I would have checked out a 45 and went to Tijuana.
Okay.
So they didn't want me to do that, so I was under house arrest.
Gotcha.
This is my 1970 454 LS6 from the factory, Chevelle.
Nice. How many horsepower did that put out?
They said 450, but that was
Light.
exaggerated. Light, yeah. Now here is, after I sold this car, I bought from the factory LS6 454, and my uncle had inspected it online because he worked at the motor plant.
Nice.
And
On
this
the-
put
on
out
the-
on a dyno 560 something or 580
Wow.
when we dynoed it.
Is that the one that pulled the wheels off the ground?
Yep, pull those front wheels off the ground.
Nice.
Uh,
And that was a 454, right?
454 LS6.
Bored and stroked?
Yeah.
How'd it get so much horsepower?
Well, we did a different valve job on it and changed all the rockers and stuff like that. And we just mostly tuned it. They said 450 from the factory, but
No way.
you could put on a dyno you can get 500 in a heartbeat, you know.
Yeah. Now these two 59s right here, these are different, right?
No, that's the same car.
Oh, it's the same car.
Same car, but this was after it was stolen and recovered.
Okay.
This had 283, like they all did, but this had two 4-barrels.
And that's you in it. Oh,
That's me. Yeah.
nice. Young
Working
man there.
construction as about a day and a half before I got drafted.
Wow. For what war?
Korea, South Korea. I was in South Korea for over a year.
All right.
And
Thanks
a
for
little bit in
serving.
Texas, Fort Bliss, Texas.
Well, thank you for your service.
You're welcome, but doesn't feel like the same company, same country.
How do you mean?
Doesn't seem like the same country that I defended. The people trying to give this country away. Once they give it to the communists, they ain't gonna have all the freedom we gave them.
Yeah.
We didn't do much. We stood in a rice paddy, and on the other side of the hill, we weren't sure. They told us, I don't know if there was 10 million or 30 million Chinamen over there with AK-47s. But we stood in the rice paddy and told them not to come down.
Did they listen?
For the time I was there, yes.
All right.
But coming out of there in 1961, I was only PFC, one stripe. And I knew we were going to Vietnam. Now I'm the lowest,
61?
one click over a private first class. And I knew we were going to Vietnam.
Well, in
So
61.
you know, all the generals and everybody else knew. How could I know and just be that low and enlisted man?
Yeah.
But that's politics.
Yeah.
This here
Let's
is
talk about cars.
Josie's cousin Vinny. That's his old Oldsmobile that he tuned up. That's him and his mechanics clothes. They worked at a garage.
It's cousin Vinny over
That's
here.
old Vinny.
You know what I'm talking about? Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Here's my 56 Chevy
That's a
with
nice
the
truck.
big back window.
Yeah, I remember that one.
It was a good truck. But when I sold that, when I bought the Corvette,
Yeah.
I sold that. I didn't have to sell it.
Oh well.
And this
Shoulda,
is the
coulda, woulda,
Corvette.
right?
This is in front of Nancy's, and there's a couple of her grandkids in it.
Nice.
This is Anthony's Mini. We got the Yoda there.
Yeah, that was the S model, wasn't it? Supercharged.
Oh yeah. Well, here's the thing. We went into BMW and talking about the price, and the salesman's telling Tony, he said, "Well, you know, for $3,000, you can get the ambient air temperature. It tells you north from south. And all the light up on the screen on the windshield, heads up display.
Yeah.
And what Tony told him?
What do you tell him?
He said, I know where north is. I want the supercharger.
Right
We're
on,
going to
Tony.
spend $3,000. We want the supercharger.
There you go.
I know where north is.
Yeah.
And you fucking machine and tell me where's north.
Right on.
Here's the guy himself. There's Anthony and
Yep. His cousin Tony.
he's in a
There's his license plate.
sink.
I got one of those in my garage.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this is not a photograph. This is my nephew Michael
My brother.
drew that on the computer.
Right.
That's a drawing. That's not a photograph.
Right. It's a rendering.
That's some shit there. Oh, that's nothing. No, that's that girl from that movie. We met her at a car show.
Okay.
To Nick, where were you in '62? Debbie.
Nice. Well, thanks for the tour.
Hey, no sweat. Come back anytime.
All right. If you guys like the video and you want to hear more content like that, like and subscribe and click on the post notifications, and we'll see you on the next one.
We got plenty of trivia up here.
All righty. Thanks, Uncle Nick.
Ciao.
There's Nick's Garage, one of the old guys from our program and our channel. Thank you guys for tuning in. Look forward to sending you more cool content. Right, we got back from the auto parts store. Got our lugs. Got our spacer. Put that on there. Get a couple of lugs started.
All right, guys, we got that spacer on. Let's go get that wheel and see how much clearance we got.
All right, there's our spacer. And I'm gonna set this up for time lapse so I can do it without holding onto the camera. There's the wheel. There's how wide it is. Plenty of tread. There's a little view from underneath. Got a brand new stainless steel polished gas tank from Summit Racing. Here's the rear end. See the coilovers and sway bar. It's a little dirty right now. It's been a long project already, but should clean up really nice. Here's a big tire underneath. We're gonna try and see how much clearance we got. Looks like we got a little bit. Looks like we got enough clearance. That's awesome. It drops down and clears right there. Once the suspension compresses, we're golden. Oh yeah, it's gonna clear. That's sweet. Now we're gonna looking on the outside here. Look, we got about ½ inch of clearance here. Perfect. So that offset should be perfect. All right, cool. There's a little shot of our 4-link. Just need a drive shaft to hook up to our transmission, which will be going over with you shortly. Stay tuned. I love it.
All right, guys. Looks like we got it. Looks like it's gonna fit. I got about 1/4 inch of clearance all the way around. We're just gonna put some weight on it and see how it fits with the suspension compressed. All right, let me flip the camera around.
Here's what it looks like uncompressed. the new Foose wheel on there. It's not new, but it's good enough. We just want to get a good and strong roller under there, so when we do have this motor running, which is going to be started up pretty soon here, we'll be able to drive it around and not rip the wheels off like that. Those would have just come right off because they didn't fit good. All right, guys, that's where she's sitting right now without a whole lot of weight in the suspension. A little bit tucked, not too bad. Like it would, wish it was a little bit lower, but we can adjust it with coilovers later. All right, so that's it. That's gonna be a wrap today. All right, guys, just wanted to do one final shot. Just cleaned up that tire and wheel, put a little tire black on there and some tire cleaner and wheel cleaner, and looks good. I like it. So let us know what you think. If you like the program, please subscribe.
All right, guys, that's going to be a wrap for this episode of Old Guy's Garage. We'll catch you on the next one. Thanks. We'll see you soon. Peace. All right, guys, that's going to be a wrap for today's program. I hope you like the content. If you do, please subscribe to the channel and click on the little notification bell so that you can see our next and upcoming episode when it airs. Thanks, and put all your comments below if you'd like to build or not. Thanks. We'll talk to you soon. Peace.